Next Friday night's card is one of the most important that we have ever promoted. It is important because world's heavyweight champion Nick Bockwinkel, who recently survived by the very skin of his teeth a 60-minute draw against big, rugged, powerful Tony Atlas, is going to defend his title against Wahoo McDaniel. This is the kind of a battle that has all sorts of potentials. There is another tag title match on the card, a world title battle for the World Tag Team belts when Gorgeous Gino and his partner Tully Blanchard defend against the team of Mil Mascaras and Manny Fernandez. We look forward to this battle between Wahoo McDaniel and Nick Bockwinkel because of the tremendous importance of both of these men. They have been in the limelight of wrestling for a long, long time. They are rated among the top 10 in everybody's book, and they are of these kind of individuals who know exactly what wrestling means to them because that's the way they make their living, and both of them have a great sense of give and take. It's got to be an action-packed battle, truly. It will not be muscle as it was in the case of Tony Atlas against the roughness of Bockwinkel, but it will be Indian, fired up, pent-up emotions and ability against the roughness of Nick Bockwinkel. Now, one of the fine things that happen when you are in this electronic age is that when a man can't be here in person, he can often go to a television studio and say what he wants to say so that he can be included. And this is true of Nick Bockwinkel, who visited the studio in Minneapolis and was able to send us his views on the fact that the AWA President Championship Committee forced him into a match with Wahoo McDaniel. Let's listen to Nick.
Wrestling fans and throughout the Gulf Coast region, Nick Bockwinkel, AWA World's Heavyweight Champ. The last time the two of us visited, we speculated on the possibility that Wahoo McDaniel may in fact be the man to challenge you.
I stood out here and said that I had heard it might be Wahoo McDaniels, and I did not want to believe, I did not want to accept the fact. And I really don't even want to believe that possibly because Stanley Blackburn happens to be a Texan, and because Wahoo McDaniels happens to be a Texan, and because Paul Bosch happens to be a Texan, I don't want to believe that there is, quote, a conspiracy that it's going to happen in Houston, Texas. But I guess Texas just has it all out against us Californians. You cannot stand the fact that we are superior, not necessarily in size, because quantity, that's always been a little bit on the slack side. But we've always been successful and accomplished everything. And this is one Texan, or rather this is one Californian, forgive me for having made that slight error. Wahoo McDaniels, it upsets me, the fact that you will be the man to step into the ring with me. The fact that you, I'm being told, deserve a shot at the heavyweight championship of the world. You're nothing but an obese individual who runs around living a lifestyle that is undeserving of a world's heavyweight champion. And I have to admit, you are tough, you are rugged, you are nasty, and you are mean. But wrestling ability, you are on the short side. You proved that you were a fighter during your football days. But now it's coming down to the wire. And you may be enthused and you may be up for this, and the adrenaline might be flowing within you, but it's also doing the same within me, because if anybody in the world was going to beat me for the world's heavyweight championship, you would be the last man on the list. So I'm going to have to fight harder, and I'm going to have to make sure that the adrenaline is flowing through me, because when that match is over with, I still want to be the heavyweight championship, and I want it to belong to me. No, not Wahoo McDaniel.
No longer speculation, it is. In fact, the reality, it will be Wahoo McDaniels challenging Nick Bockwinkel for the World's Heavyweight Championship.
Well, if Nick Bockwinkel can have his say, and he does have his say, and there is no more arrogant or supercilious individual than Nick, but I guess you can be that way when you have the ability to back it up. Now, Wahoo McDaniel has been wrestling on the East Coast. He has been particularly prominent in North and South Carolina and Virginia, and he has been going great guns. And this is the way we know Wahoo best, when he's in top condition, when he is contending and defending. He is on his toes, and his war dances and his war hoops are backed up with the condition that made him a great athlete in football and in wrestling at the same time first, but then he, of course, devotes all of his time to his wrestling career. But Wahoo McDaniel, too, in Charlotte, North Carolina, decided that he wanted to tell all of the Houston fans what he thinks of next Friday night's bout here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. So we're going to turn to Wahoo McDaniel right now.
Wrestling fans, before very long, the new or the returning AWA World's Heavyweight Champion Nick Bockwinkel is going to put his belt on the line against the U.S. Heavyweight Champion from the National Wrestling Alliance, Wahoo McDaniel.
You know, I left Texas, and Bockwinkel, you didn't have the belt. Now he's gone out, and he's won the belt back. Evidently, he must have taken Vern Gagne, beat him, and took his belt because of Gagne's retired now, and now you're the champion again, Bockwinkel. Well, I went out. I left Texas, and I've been out searching around, and now I'm the U.S. Heavyweight Champion. And I'm coming to Houston, my old stomping grounds. For once and for all, we're going to settle it. The people have got behind me. You know, I've had more close battles here. I've come close to winning the world's champion more times, the championship right here, than any place in the whole United States. I wrestled Harley Race. I've wrestled Funks. I've wrestled Briscoes. And now you, Bockwinkel, you know, and the last time we were here, you nearly escaped with your title. And then you lost the title. Now you've won it back. Now you're coming back again. And I'm getting my shot. And I can hardly wait to come back to my home area, right in front of my home fans, right in Texas, right where I grew up, right where most of my sports career was, right in Texas. And Bockwinkel is coming down from the cold land of Minnesota to put the title on the line. Well, Bockwinkel, get ready, because I'm telling you, you know I'm crazy. You know that I'm going to do anything I can to win that belt. And I'd be a fool not to, because you know it might just be my last chance. I've had a lot of chances, and so far I haven't cashed in. But the time has come. I'm at my prime. I've gone out, I've won me a belt. I'm in the greatest shape of my career. I'm primed, I'm ready, and I'm going to tell you something, Bockwinkel, that AWA Heavyweight Championship of the World belt will look good around my waist. And I'm coming to Houston with one thing in mind, and that's to lift that belt from your waist, and I'll be the champion forever and ever and ever.